Morning! From day whatever, I can't even remember now. I am in Sydney. Well, good morning from Campbelltown actually. From a motel, the Maclin Motel. Not a bad night's sleep. I've got my kettle on the floor ready to make a cup of tea because there's nowhere to plug in next to a surface, which is ridiculous. Chinese for tea last night. I ate a mouthful of it, to be fair, and for the sake of $35, I'm not going to throw it away, so I'm going to eat it tonight. So tonight, at the end of this video, leftover Chinese, but also hopefully the Sydney Harbour Bridge, the Sydney Opera House, and anything else that I decide to go exploring in Sydney. My intention is to catch up with Daniel, who was a radio presenter with me back in sort of 2008, 9 to 12. Have a chat with him in the Circular Quay area, maybe get a pint, and just see where the day takes me. Still adventuring. Come with me then as we go into Sydney today, exploring the mighty city of Sydney. Ah yes, that well-known coffee brand, Espresso. Right, that's the Swift loaded up. Morning from the Maclin Lodge. And for those of you following my footwear this week, for the first time in about a week, I've got foot prisons on. So I've ditched the Birkenstocks today and decided that probably sneakers, trainers to us, are the way forward. I've found somewhere to park in Sydney. If I get there before 10 o'clock, it's $16 for the entire day, and that is the cinema car park. That's a secret. Hopefully I can get in there and get parked. If not, it's $55 for the day. I've got to get there before 10 and hopefully they've got a space. Okay, to the city centre, 34 minutes. I doubt that, to be fair, it's going to be really busy. 55 kilometres, it's just gone 20 past 8 in the morning. I am going to have to get some fuel at some point today as well, but I'll get that probably in the city. Oh, there's an office works.
Turn left after 300 metres and follow Campbelltown Road. Could
have got me useless memory stick there. Anyway, hopefully there's some parking in this place. If not, I'm going to have to rethink my life. First time driving in Sydney. I bet the city is going to be
Please turn next left.
I've also found out that there's toll roads on the way. So I'm going to have to pay some tolls as well. So I'm heading into a toll area. I haven't got an e-tag or a pass, so I need to pay online. Linked.com.au, I'm telling you that so I don't forget. It gives you 5 days from entry to pay. I think it's about $15, maybe, something like that. We'll soon find out. Toll point, here we go. Da-ding! Now I've got to pay. At least there's no ULEZ out here. So an unexpected toll road. Wah wah. The first one that I've come across since I've been in Australia. Fine, not a problem. It's part of driving in your city, I get it. I'm not going to complain about toll roads because we have them as well. Didn't expect it. I'm going to speak to Daniel today if I meet him and ask him how to pay for that because he will give me the advice. Hopefully that's just one way, not outwards as well. Another toll.
Prepare to bear right soon.
This is the M5 tunnel apparently, and I've got to pay for that as well. That's on the way to the airport. I see what you've done there, sneaky Australians. Don't worry, Sadiq Khan has done exactly the same at Heathrow. Stop it or cop it. Speeding, yeah, I like that. Here we go, here's the tunnel. Wow, okay. We're going down, down, down. The incline is quite steep. So I can see on my Satnav I'm literally underneath civilization. Thumbs up for the M5 tunnel, please. What a cool tunnel. I'm okay with this. Oh wow, it splits off. Well, I hope I'm in the right lane. And back into fresh air. Wow,
Thank you for using West Connects. No tag or pass. 3 days to pay. Right. 3 days to pay? Oh, right. Okay. I better pay it today then. That was the M5 tunnel, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed that. Sorry, I thought the tunnel had finished. That was just, here's nearly the end of the tunnel. Now here's more tunnel. Sydney Airport to my left. Massive. And I can actually see now the city rising above the skyline. I suppose for the first time since Adelaide, I've seen skyscrapers. You're watching the tunnel tour of Sydney. All tunnels, all the time. How much is the petrol here, do we think? 155.9, that's a bargain. Get it bought. These motorway lanes feel very narrow. Don't worry though, there's another toll road coming. Well, I hope the system automatically works out how much money I owe, because I've got no idea where I've been. Tunnel. Oh, I'm glad I'm not sat in all that. Ooh. This is a semi-tunnel. If you fancy it, another tunnel, ladies and gentlemen. I shall take back everything I ever said about poor driving in Adelaide, because the standard of driving in Sydney is much worse.
Please bear next left, then take the next left turn immediately.
So bear left and turn left. I'm a kilometre away from where I want to be now. So city, left turn. No, thank you, mate. It was worth a go, mate. Worth a go. So I'm driving in Sydney.
To turn left soon.
Left, okay. I'm conscious about what it means when it says T2 on the floor. And not many people seem to be using that lane, so I'm going to stay out of that lane for now. Transit lane. So if you're driving a transit, that's your lane. I'm assuming it's for 2 or more people. What's a transit lane, please? It's got a picture of 2 people in a car, and between 6 and 7, Monday to Friday, it says transit lanes. For 2 people, right? So I shall stay in this lane, because I haven't brought my mannequin with me. Well, I'm glad I didn't try and do this last night, as I was going to do. So I need to turn left, but this is a bus lane. So can I turn through there?
Please turn next left.
And through there, I'm assuming? I hope so. I'm confused in the city. I don't like driving in Sydney.
Turn right after 300 metres and follow Liverpool Street.
It's like driving in London. You see all the sights and sounds as well. Just witnessed some guy have a go at his missus and kid, and then the cops turned up. He's getting bundled in the back of a van, probably right now. Probably should have done this on public transport.
Please turn next right.
Well, it's not. It's a no right turn, mate. So I can't turn right.
Turn left, then take the next left turn.
I can't do that.
Please turn next left, then take the next left turn.
Again, I can't do that.
Turn left after 150 metres and follow Cunningham Street.
So I'm turning left, apparently. There's no right turn.
Please turn second left, then take the next left turn.
Yes, I understand what you're trying to do for me. You're trying to get me on that road. Let's go this way. Where am I? Hey, now. Uh-oh. This is not what I wanted to do today. Oh, now Mrs. Woman's here.
Please turn next left.
Yes, and then carry on straight. I understand what I've done. I couldn't take a right turn, so I've had to take left, left and a left. Come on, mate.
Turn left after 200 metres.
Oof. It's all going on in Sydney. Good job I left early. Will I make it out alive? Absolutely not a fan of driving in Sydney. So far, eventful.
Please turn next left.
Will do.
Turn right after 150 metres.
Is this going to be one of these crazy no right turns? Oh no, no left turns now. And no right turn. What? Don't turn left. Don't turn right. Don't carry on. Literally stay exactly where you are. Oh, this is stressing me out. So turn right
Please
here.
turn next right.
Yep, will do. And then from here,
You will arrive at your destination on the left after 100 metres.
on the left. Okay. Cinema Centre car park, entrance. This is it. This is where I'm going. Right. Early bird. Monday to Friday. Upon entry, take your ticket to validate on... Right, here we go. You must park your vehicle at level 7A or above. 7A or above. Let's go to 7A. This is when I get to 7 and everyone in the world is parked up there. Oh, I'm glad I'm not parking that in there. 7A. Now we're in the earliest bird spot. Of course we are. Oh no, there's loads of space. Oh no, there's not. These are all marked off. Fingers crossed, there's somewhere to go. Aha, I found a space. Oh, there's loads up here on 8B. I hate parking in multi-storey car parks. I'm in. Parked. Now I need to validate. Where do I validate? I've taken a picture of the sign. So we shall validate our parking now. Right, here we go. Validate ticket at 7A before 10 AM. Let's do it.
I've apparently got to validate my ticket in this machine. Well, I've done it. See what happens. Exit time between 2 and 8 PM. I've found myself at Darling Harbour, near the aquarium. There we go. Look, there's some of Sydney behind me, and a museum as well. Here is Madame Tussauds and Wildlife Sydney. I'm going to check out what that is because it probably isn't the scene I'm going to be in. But I'm going to walk along the harbour, see if I can find the Harbour Bridge, and then the Opera House. Sydney's pretty, but I didn't like driving in it. Ferry. It's so manly. I've decided against the wildlife Sydney experience and the Madame Tussauds experience. I mean, if I want to go and see kangaroos, I can see somewhere, probably next week in Port Lincoln. I'm not going to pay to see them. on the harbour side here. I've been to all the sea life centres in the world. I don't need to go to there. I'm going to walk along the harbour, walk along the dock, and head that way to try and get towards the touristy bits, I suppose. So I'm currently walking along the river, along Barangaroo. That is apparently, according to Ryan, who I've just had a video call with, a casino, or was built as a casino, and it's sort of been mothballed, really, due to all sorts of political reasons. Walking along the harbour, going to try and find somewhere to maybe grab some brekkie, or lunch, I suppose, by the time I get there. It's 10:30 now. I'm glad I didn't leave any later than I was doing, because there's so much to see. Stargazer Lawn. Can gaze at some stars. Wrong sort of time of day. Hopefully this is going to lead me to be a massive tourist. I think I might sell a couple of protons and buy one of these. So far I can see over in the distance a massive bridge over there, but I haven't seen the Harbour Bridge yet. All the here we go. Ask and ye shall seek, or seek and you shall find. Look, the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Okay, that's quite impressive. Good job I've got my shoes on today, because I'm going this way. Do not fall in the river, John boy. You'll be in big trouble. Here it is, Sydney Harbour Bridge. I'm hoping I can walk across it as well. I'm not going to climb it, that would be awesome though, wouldn't it? They're giving it a bit of a clean-up at the moment, but there's this awesome, like, come and swim in the harbour section here. Should have put my bathers on. Marinawi Cove. No, I'm getting one of these back to my car, right? So far, an enjoyable walk around sort of the harbour-ish area in Sydney. I am, as I say, being a massive tourist. It's about 25 minutes walk now to the Opera House from where I am. But I've got all day. I knew I should have found out prime sparking spot for the Swift. It appears I'm walking towards an area called The Rocks, which I think will take me underneath the bridge, and then I'll walk the bridge later. One for Dad. You can walk the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Take a look at these people up here. I'm going to look into it, see if I can get booked on today at late notice and how much it's going to be. And as if out of nowhere, the Sydney Opera House. Somewhere that you have seen, or I have seen, on telly, in pictures, and thought, yeah, that'd be cool to go there one day. Never actually thought that I would. I've never actually gone, do you know what? I really want to head to Sydney. But there is the Sydney Harbour Bridge and the Opera House. I'm going to just stop and look at it for a second. It's not as busy as I expected, to be honest with you. I expected it to be packed. I'm guessing the platform where the Opera House is going to be packed. Probably people walking along the bridge is going to be packed as well. God, blimey. Look at this cruise ship. It's massive. Take a look at that. I'm heading on down, Opera House, look. Heading on down to a place called Circular Quay. I'm going to be meeting a friend there later for a coffee or a beer or a snack or whatever, I don't know. But I'm in Campbell's Cove at the moment. There's a massive cruise ship, and here is sort of the old versus the new. Yeah, I quite like Sydney, you know, after the driving experience into the city this morning. I quite like it. There's a place across the way as well, which is like an old amusement park. It's called Luna Park. I am gonna have to get across there at some point and take a look at the rides there. Because not only am I a nerd when it comes to naff old cars, but I'm also a nerd when it comes to theme parks. My t-shirt today, by the way, because I'm in the big city, just like Johnny 5 was in Short Circuit 2. I decided to wear Johnny 5. Legitimately is the reason as well, because I remember him being lost in, I think it was New York or the city or somewhere, and I thought, I'm going to be Johnny in the city today. Yeah, true story. Everybody here is getting on their cruise trip. I wish I was getting on a cruise trip, but instead I'm checking this out. It's lovely Daewoo. Hey now, you can't argue with that. Daewoo Lanos, right next to the massive cruise ship. Shall I ditch the fixing cars in the garage with Dad and just do John Coupland Cars travel? Cruise ships, spotting Daewoo Lanoses, going to exotic countries, having the time of my life and spotting naff cars. Comment down below if we should change the whole ethos of the channel and it should just be me spending my life savings so I don't have to give it away. I'm going to go into the Museum of Contemporary Art of Australia. I'm actually a fan of contemporary art, you may or may not know. But yeah, my sort of thing. Let's have a look. $35 the ticket has cost me to see someone put wood on a wall. I'm looking forward to seeing the sculpture gallery, to be fair, and this, which is what I've come to see. It's the AI Dreams exhibition. Data dreaming. Look at all these bent spoons. Uri Geller must have been up here. I'm on the sculpture terrace. Take a look at this. Well, that's 20 quid I'm never getting back, isn't it? We continue. Binchuk. Considering grabbing my bags and grabbing a ticket on the just on the cruise, just going. What if they've got any tickets available?
Sydney Harbour Bridge, Sydney Opera House, Circular Quay, and the cruise I'm probably definitely going to book myself on at some point. Right, let's do a bit of a 360 of the Sydney Opera House. You can't actually go in unless there's guided tours or some sort of show on, but we can have a good old 360 round. So where I am now is an amazing view of the Harbour Bridge. However, it's not an amazing view of the Sydney Opera House. So, where is the best place to view it? Apparently, from the Botanical Gardens across the way. It's so windy as well today out here. Of course, I'm in the harbour. The sun is coming out though, and I'm just killing a bit of time being a bit of a tourist because I'm meeting Daniel, like I've said earlier in the video, at around about 2 o'clock in the rocks. Look at me, I sound like a local now. So I'm going to go to the Botanical Gardens, do the super duper view of the two, which is the Opera House and the Harbour Bridge, meet Daniel, and then, well, then I'm doing an interview, yeah, on South Australian radio, courtesy of the team at ABC Adelaide, about my trip to Semaphore. So it's all going on down under. Also, what are we doing, guys? Come on. So many runners around this esplanade area. I mean, have some chips and a Coke. Running? Terrible idea.
The Prime Minister's house up here.
Guys, it's a Wednesday, are they? You don't need to be running. Stay hydrated. Remember what the pelican said. Right, so next to the Opera House is the Royal Botanic Garden. I said Botanic weird then, didn't I? Royal Botanic Garden. Doesn't sound right, does it? Let's go in here because there is a great view of the two from here. Mrs. Macquarie's Point, that's the name of the place I'm going to. For those of you who want to know, it's in the Botanic Gardens. Seven minutes into my walk to the view of the two, shall we say, and it says it's going to take 16 minutes, so we'll soon find out how fast I'm walking today. I am stopping and taking in the sights of Sydney. This is genuinely a beautiful walk in the Botanical Gardens. This is fantastic. They've got like an open air cinema system here. I wonder what they're showing tonight. I've kind of made it to Mrs. Woman's seat. Yeah, look. This is the view. Stood on a jetty, of all things, big rock jetty. Yeah, took 16 minutes, I'll give them that. There it is, Mrs. Macquarie's seat. And you can see the stunning views behind me. Sydney CBD, Opera House, Harbour Bridge. Wasn't a bad walk. Right, let's go meet Daniel. I have walked so far today. I mean, it's not going to do me any harm, is it? But considering I've not had any brekkie, I could probably do with something to eat. It's nearly 2 o'clock. I'm hoping Daniel is hungry. If not, I'm going to be ordering. So I'm going back now to the Orient Hotel, and I'm going to take the route through the Botanical Gardens. Keep thinking I'm saying it wrong. Botanical Gardens. Something living in that hole is being monitored. I wonder what's living in that hole.
Check-in for me tonight ends at 9 p.m. and my parking ends at 8 p.m, giving me lots of time in the city. I am considering a drive out to world famous Bondi Beach. I have taken local instruction and it's described as not a very good beach, aside from the fact that it's just famous for being Bondi Beach. It is the 14th when I'm filming this, so a month on from the horrific terror attack that happened there. I don't want to turn this into a sombre video, but I feel that if I went today, it would probably also be a little bit forlorn. And I wouldn't enjoy it as much because I'd want to comment on Bondi Beach Rescue and lifeguards and all that sort of stuff. Not tragedy. So I'm probably not going to head to Bondi Beach. But you can do if you fancy it. It's about a 30-minute drive away. There's plenty of other nice beaches in Australia. I'm still a big fan of Semaphore Beach. That's a big echidna. Listening inspectors. Here's the Museum of Sydney. I am not going in after my disappointment of contemporary art. I've got a nice free exhibition of telegraph poles. The one actually there is the one that used to be in my garden. Disclaimer for anyone that's watching, they're definitely not telegraph poles. They are Aboriginal art. At World. It's not as good as Swedish tarts. I'm in an area called The Rocks, overlooked by the Harbour Bridge. And I'm going to the Orient Hotel, which I can see on the corner here, to meet an old friend, Daniel. So hopefully we'll catch up with him. I've even found Daniel. He's in the pub and he's gone for an hang on a minute. That's not Australian. Well, what a fantastic time catching up with Daniel. And I was in the middle of that on the radio, South Australia radio. They blindsided me a little bit in that I thought I was there to talk about my blogging and my car journey and all that sort of stuff, and they actually focused on the fact that I am a serving police officer and I'm considering joining the police here. See, look, it's a sign. So I've been blindsided a little bit by ABC South Australia, but they did have the Assistant Commissioner of South Australian Police on the line, and I got to ask him some questions and have a chat with him and look, do a little bit of politics with him as well. So yeah.
You've probably seen this, that SAPOL has started a recruitment campaign to attract applicants for police security officers or PSOs. SA Assistant Commissioner Philip Newitt is with you.
Good afternoon. It's pretty dynamic, and as you said, there are definitely lots and lots of roles.
I've got someone who would really like to join, and perhaps this is an opportunity for you to convince them to come and join the ranks. So someone who is thinking of joining is John Coupland, who is actually a UK police officer considering joining SAPOL. He's with you now. Hello, John.
Hi, good afternoon, Joe. How are you? Thanks for having me on. I'm in Sydney at the moment. I'm doing a bit of a sort of East Coast tour, but I'm back to Adelaide tomorrow. From my experience that I've been having sort of travelling around South Australia and spending time in Adelaide, it's a totally different quality of life in South Australia in comparison to what I'm used to in the UK.
Well, I've still got Assistant Commissioner Philip Newitt on the line. So what would life be like for John?
I think it's a great standard of life. I think South Australia is a great place to live anyway. It's really great to hear that you've got an interest. What we might do is, if you're happy to, I can grab your details afterwards and get somebody to give you a call tomorrow when you're in Adelaide. More than happy to reach out. We're always looking for good quality applicants to come and join us at South Australia Police. And with that experience, it's a real positive as well. whilst we take people from all walks of life, we are most definitely open to former or current serving police officers from other jurisdictions who bring ready-made skills into our organisation, which is for the better of the organisation. So if you wanted to do that, happy to grab it from ABC. We'll get someone to give you a call.
South Australia Assistant Commissioner Philip Newitt on 891 ABC Radio Adelaide. South Australia and Broken Hill and John Coupland before him. This text says, I'll give this man a reference. He also has a great YouTube channel. He's a great guy into cars. That's so funny you should say that. That's how we found him. And I say we when I really mean Stephen, who's the producer with the great Scottish accent. I don't know what Stephen gets up to in his private life, but apparently it involves looking at cars on YouTube, and that's how we found him. And that's what producers do. This is what they're so good at.
Anyway, my Sydney journey continues. The plan now is to go to Luna Park and walk the Harbour Bridge. I needed that cider, I tell you. Yeah. So the next port of call is going to be walking the Harbour Bridge. Rawson Institute for Seamen.
I think these are the stairs I need to be up.
Not overly sure I'm in the right place. Huh. Is this the right place? All those stairs and Fatty Coupland could have taken the lift. We're about to start the Harbour Bridge walk. This is the beginning. And I can hear all the traffic going by next to me. Following on from my conversation with with Ryan about the Bondi Beach, I had a conversation with Daniel, who also said, don't bother with Bondi Beach. There's so many more nice beaches. So I may just give Bondi a miss. I don't need beach rescue, and I don't necessarily need to go see another Australian beach today. There's plenty of other things I could see. I want to go see Luna Park. That's where I'm heading now. Here we go. It's nice to see that these guys have made their bed this morning. Authorised climbing on the bridge, $22,000, which I think is the actual price to climb the bridge. It's quite windy up here, but I don't know what I expected, to be honest with you. Following on from meeting random men on the internet in car parks last night then, I'm still considering turning this blog series into a travel blog, full time. I mean, cruising with John, however, has a bit of a different meaning where I'm from. It's certainly interesting to see the bridge from a totally different angle. The Opera House does shine beautifully with the sun on it. I was going to do the pylon lookout and museum. However, it's currently being renovated and it's all closed, which is a big shame. So I want to go up there, really. It's windier than I expected today. I mean, quite rightly so. There's security mesh all the way along here and security guards that patrol this area. I've seen 4 or 5 so far. I understand why that's necessary. They just spoil the view a bit. Currently smack bang in the middle. Smack bang in the middle now. Not a bad view. Taking me about 10 minutes to get to the middle. Probably 10 minutes obviously to get to the other side, and then down to Luna Park. I wonder how much a flat in one of theirs costs. That's it, I have officially walked the Harbour Bridge. It was good, I enjoyed that. Got to see some sights I wouldn't possibly have seen
from the ground. There it is. Really do need to eat just something, so I'm going to grab something from in here. I've got 3 words for you. Chunky, steak, pie. And I'm going to sit and eat said pie over here whilst looking at the Harbour Bridge on that bench. I can't think of a more scenic place to sit and eat a pie today. Sydney Opera House and the Harbour Bridge. We will review now Garlow's pie. I think I'm doing Australia right. Well, I can safely say that's the best pie I've eaten in North Sydney in my life. May or may not be able to see that. That's the North Sydney Olympic swimming pool. It's being redeveloped at the moment. So check out the wrap on this Tesla. Ah, that's a shame. I've semi-arrived. Luna Park then, it appears to be sort of 1930s, 1940s inspired Art Deco harbour front theme park. I'm not going to go on any rides, but I'm hoping I can have a look round.
Alright, you're holding on to that bar in the middle again?
Since 1935. Well, that was fun, seeing everybody enjoy Luna Park. Is it a bit of me? Yeah, absolutely it is. Is it, you know, theme park rides galore? No, absolutely not. But it's fun, especially on the harbour here, literally. Here's the harbour. There, in the background, you can't actually see it because the wild mouse, is the bridge. Right, I'm going to walk now back to my car. It's 4:30, I think I'm done Sydney. I'm going to take the walk. I'm going to have to walk back over the Harbour Bridge. So it's going to be a fair old slog, so probably about an hour's walk back to my car now. Get the parking sorted and probably go check in. A ferry that goes from here to where I want to be, so I'm going to get on the ferry. Let's take the ferry. It's easier than walking. It's going to cost me a couple of quid. Hopefully going to get to Circular Quay over there somewhere. See by now. There goes my cruise ship. There she goes. Meanwhile, here comes my £1 ferry. Here we go. quickest way to see the Harbour House, isn't it? Should have done that at 10 o'clock this morning. I'm glad I got on that ferry when I did. It's the last one of the day. I'm going to go to Town Hall, hopefully on the light rail. Platform 1, Town Hall. That's where I need to go for my parking. I've decided I'm going to try and brave the public transport. A minute to get on this train. Double-decker train? Wow! Well, I'm out at the train station. I think I am closer to the car than I was sort of 20 minutes ago. Well, the fact that I'm parked in Cinema car park and the cinema is there, to me is a good sign. Hopefully there's like a little cut through or something. Ding, ding, ding. There it is. Great success. 9 hours parking in Sydney. $16. £8. That is not bad going. I'm impressed with myself there. Now I've just got to get out of here. The smell of urine is incredible. But £8 parking. $8B, I'm on 8B. That'd be a rave. Well, hey, there's my little Swift. That was easy. Well, I'm proud of myself. As somebody who doesn't use public transport normally, is self-sufficient in he drives around Lincolnshire and doesn't go into the city, I have successfully navigated Sydney. I have got myself some cheap-ass parking, been on a ferry, been on a double-decker train, and now it's time to find my hotel. Hopefully I have a better luck finding it tonight than I did yesterday. But the first port of call is to get out of Sydney. The only thing left to do then is to pay my tolls. Well, according to my Satnav, it's 5 kilometres away. And if that's the case, it's very close to the city. Right, let's get out of here. Oh, I am exhausted. I'm looking forward to a shower, and actually the hotel I've booked for tonight, the room has a bath. I may have a soak in the bath and edit some videos. So if you're watching this video, I may have edited it in the bath. Have a think about that. I have noticed that the little Suzuki Swifts are very popular here in Australia. $16, you can't argue with that for the day. I'm proud of myself for that. Wonder how much a reserved parking space in here costs a month. Right, let's try and get out of Sydney. Well, my Satnav hasn't caught up with me. Get me out of this city. Well, here we go. She'll catch up with me in a minute. I hope. So my Satnav is doing whatever it wants. Which is not a lot. I've got no idea where I'm going. Absolutely no idea. What a useless piece of shit. So I'm heading on to the Anzac Bridge. I'm sure I'll be told on it. And Nissan Cube. Absolutely no idea where I'm going now. The A44. Oh, I'm miraculously in the right lane. I'm okay with that. So I'm on the Anzac Bridge. That's the bridge I saw when I was down by the aquarium. I suppose once you get used to it, it's fine. But driving in Sydney is quite stressful. Once you know where you're going, I'm sure it's fine. But I've got no idea. I've got to my hotel.
Here he is.
And I've met fellow content creator Pete Z. Here he is.
Wait, did you sneak into my room?
Here's Pete Z. Sorry, what?
You just snuck into my room. What the hell, man?
No, I haven't. I've not been.
Look at this guy's done. Everyone, it is me.
It's Pete Z. I've never met Pete Z before, and Pete Z's never met John Coupland Cars before. I overheard Pete Z talking about him being a content creator and basically jumped on him. Pete Z has done all sorts of crazy stuff. I think his thing says, I'm a dingus, and he does it professionally for clicks. You may not like his content, to be honest with you. It's him cocking about, as we would say, but actually he's explained to me what he's doing now in Australia. It's top secret. My lips are sealed. I can't tell you what he's doing.
Do not reveal it.
Do not reveal.
Do not reveal it, man, please.
Pete Z exposed. We've had a good old chat, and it's now sort of 8 o'clock, and I'm in his hotel. As he says, I have snuck in here.
I promise you it's not that weird, trust me. This isn't that weird as
no.
he's making it out to be.
Just going to cover up, actually, your notes that were on there. Good. No, we've been chewing the fat about YouTube. Pete Z, anything for the John Coupland Cars followers?
Yeah, he really appreciates every single one of you, and yeah, thank you guys for supporting him. You guys are actually legends. Holy crap!
There you go. That's Pete Z. Go and look him up genuinely, because he is a big YouTuber, and he's doing.
Look me up.
Don't look him up.
Yeah,
Fine.
don't look me up.
Stay here, like and subscribe. Yeah. But yeah, good times with Pete Z. Mental. I've been on South Australian radio. I've been exposed to 7 News Australia, and now I'm in Pete Z, international superstar YouTuber's bedroom. What could possibly happen next? Now I've stopped hanging out with my new best friend Pete Z. How mental is that? I've pulled the Swift into the parking garage. It's a beautiful hotel. I can't wait to show you around. First things first, get the stuff out the car and go to my room. Well then, in comparison to where I have been staying, this a million times better. Twin room with a fridge. I don't seem to have a microwave. Maybe I do. It's in here. No, I've got a safe. No microwave. That's a shame. Nice bits and pieces there. We've got a TV, and let's take a look at the bathroom. I've got a bath, which is one of the main reasons for having this room, to be honest with you, so I can have a bath tonight. Can't wait to have that. Nice mirror, and a nice toilet and bathroom setup. I can't fault that. My new best friend, Pete Z, or whatever, has invited me for dinner. So me and him are going to go and grab something to eat in his Mitsubishi ASX. He's a proper YouTuber, you know. And chill out a bit, hang out. Getting kidnapped by Pete in his Mitsubishi. Here we go, look, we're going to get some food. Mitsubishi. Oh, no, it's an Outlander. I thought it was an ASX. Oh, he's got a posh one. You're going to have to put that seat back, Pete. Come on.
Why?
Because I'm a fat big guy and you're a little small guy.
At least you're not 140 kilos like you used to be.
No, that's true. Right, okay, here we go.
Wait, actually, I asked for no sauce, bro.
They done you?
There's no, I put no sauce to it.
Moment of truth, have they done it right?
No, it's game day right now.
I told you I was going to end the day with a bath, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. Soapy.
What a fascinating guy Pete Z is. I don't know how much of my chat with him, experience with him, is going to end up in this video. Really interesting guy.
Bubbly, bubbly. Well, I told you I'd end this video of me in the bath, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I've had a great day in Sydney, to be honest with you. Apart from the driving in the city, that's been an interesting experience. Interesting experience meeting up with fellow YouTubers here at my hotel, and actually I'm glad to be getting a semi-decent, fingers crossed, night's sleep. It is 11 o'clock and I'm absolutely wide awake. Tomorrow, getting up early, going to be taking advantage of the free included continental breakfast, and then getting on the road to do the Mammoth Drive. And this is a Mammoth Drive. The drive from Melbourne to Sydney was just a teaser, really, because this Mammoth Drive is 15 hours from Sydney back to Adelaide. If you've enjoyed the video, thumbs up please. Hope you've enjoyed looking around Sydney. Let me know in the comments down below what your best bits were. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hype, the usual stuff. And until next time, thanks for watching. See you later. Goodbye.
Thanks for watching this latest video. I really hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, I've selected a couple more videos for you, especially on this page. You might enjoy those, and don't forget to subscribe to always keep up to date with the channel.